Hello.
Hi. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. I've got some liquid courage to help bolster me.
Mm,
Hello,
mm.
everyone. Welcome to the conversation tonight. Today, as you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and most importantly, tell a friend. Now that we've got the business of the channel over with, tonight we are talking about Sister Wives Season 15, Episode 10, Polygamy Hell, the finale. 2 whole hours of, I
This
think,
was trash.
yeah, it's like rinse repeat from several episodes ago.
Correct.
Okay, so it wasn't just me.
No, this was trash.
At least we got to see Coyote Pass a bunch of times.
Right, with nothing on it. As I said, trash.
Picnic benches. Was that Coyote Pass where they
No,
had
we
the
saw it.
picnic bench?
Yeah, we saw it. I mean, it was crude and everything, but I just let's just call a thing a thing. This whole 2 hour finale could have been done in say 35 minutes.
Well, it could have been done a couple of episodes ago.
Well, that too.
The Browns just keep on recording the same argument, the same meeting, except they changed from Zoom to Coyote Pass.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that was different slightly was that Christine finally verbalized that she want to go back to Utah and she's done with it. And Mary finally stepped back up to her former first wife role and took an active part in trying to corral these wives. That's about the only thing I saw that was different. It was
Yeah, that
nice
was
to see
okay.
Mary speak up instead of sitting back and taking the Scarlet Letter role, you know.
This was just. I mean, this was just. I really didn't expect much. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I really expected like, oh my god, we're gonna get all these revelations. No, not at all. But I expected to say like, we can't really build because we got this tax stuff going on. Our taxes are just jacked up. Yeah,
You know,
we ain't
you
got the
was
money.
never gonna see that. Like, you have unrealistic expectations from this family.
Maybe like an announcement that Robin was pregnant. I mean, give me something for 2 hours of my time.
I would like Cody to actually verbalize that he does not like any of his wives with the exception of Robin. He's married to who he wants to be with right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I want the other three to go off and find like their actual lives, like start a new chapter.
I would love to see like a spinoff, Sister Wives, The Single Life. I would love to see that. See them all get fixed up with different, like, polygamous men, and they can, like, go on some dating. That would be a great show.
Is there a Sister Wives app that me and you could like develop and put out there?
We need to do something to help these women out because they're not helping themselves.
Okay. Would you have thought at this stage in the game that it would have been Christine that was the closest to jumping ship?
Oh yeah. Now, see what they could have done is they could have had Christine packing up her house and moving. Like maybe they could have done it. She had been selling it behind the scenes. It got sold. Then they hired an overnight moving company to move her out. That would have been TV gold.
Not an overnight moving company. My
Yeah, they come
God.
pack you up. They come and pack you up, you and your family up overnight, and they ship you to where you're going. Then the next morning, you see Cody going, "Oh, I'm going to see Christine." Then Christine, everything is gone.
Oh my Lord. Okay, let's just say hi to everybody in the chat. You want to do the roll call?
Yes, of course. Give me 2 seconds. Paranormal is here. Trey's here. Nisei's here. Heidi's here. Susan, Yanni. Who else we have? I think that's it for now. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Welcome. Give us a thumbs up because we asked you to. Okay. All right. So it was even okay. So let's see what comments are let's see what everybody else has to say in here. Okay. So Susan's agreeing with you. Let's see. They gave us something. He's a jerk. Well, we get that every episode.
Okay, let's talk about Cody since we're on top of him. Like, did we see anything from him this season at all? Was there anything we could hang our hat on? Positive.
No. His self-filming, or whatever you call that now, was borderline scary.
Got it. I can agree with that. But I do want to bring up one thing. I think it was Christine who brought this out. When she talked about when they visited the Dodgers, and she just kind of saw how they seamlessly ran. But I was waiting for her. I'm like, yes, Christine, do it. Throw Cody under the bus. Go ahead. You got this. And then she said, just being around like other polygamous family. Like, you failed. This was your opportunity to throw him clean under the cement truck, and you didn't do it. Because you should have said straight up, look, the way their family is set up, the structure, they're all under one roof, but it seems to work. They get along, this and that. There seems to be a good cohesive unit versus y'all just running around doing what you want to do. And
she was never gonna do that. She's never, like, I don't think she's to that point yet. She's close. She got a lot of mouth with the other wives, but I think it's still a challenge for her to have the mouth with Cody.
And because they are, it's so, I find it hilarious that none of them appear happy in Flagstaff. None of them. You can't tell me a thing. But y'all talking about y'all don't want to go back to St. George. But so help me out here. You're unhappy.
I don't think they were in St. George. I don't think they were in a different city. But before they moved to Nevada, they had the opportunity to get something in Lake George, but they voted it down, and then they packed up and left in the middle of the night and ran to Vegas. I think that's where Lake George came in, and that's why he's so bitter.
I'm like, you're unhappy. All y'all unhappy in Flagstaff. Everybody. But you don't want to move back to Utah where you have friends and support and a support network, and y'all have family there. I'm just so confused of why you would stay in a situation you're unhappy in when you have a great opportunity to go back home. Like, what are your thoughts on that? I want to know what's going on there.
Well, Cody still has a grip on the other three, and they still believe that he is the leader of the family. And honestly, Mary used to be his enforcer, but she kind of slipped, and that's how all of this dysfunction is the way how it is right now, because of that little catfish thing. She lost her enforcer badge. I was glad to see her take it back a little bit last night, but too little too late, because once one gets deprogrammed, and I think Christine is getting deprogrammed. And this is just in my opinion. I'm not saying it's a cult, but she has lived by this set of rules for so long. So it's hard to change. And who was it that said we are living monogamy lifestyles in a monogamy world, but they're supposed to be polygamous? So you see, it's not only the mental deprogramming, but it's the deprogramming of the family unit, because they are seeing themselves as separate houses, separate entities. They are no longer one unit. At least when they was in the cul-de-sac, they could pretend they was one unit. Now they live in different towns.
That was amazing. I still mad they left Vegas, and that was a great setup. They had like their own little neighborhood for the kids. I thought it was fantastic. But I do want to hit on this. Yes, he did. His daughter was so much pain, and he said to send her along. When he said that, I was with Christine. I'm a Christine getting. Don't hold back. Just getting. Go
That
ahead.
is another thing that's deprogramming her. That was an attack on her child. Honestly, first of all, that girl been dealing with this for 5 years, right? This was episodes ago that they discovered this, and she had, remember, she had on the whole back brace. This was back in Nevada, in Las Vegas. It was bad back then because when she had on the brace, if she didn't get to a certain amount of months wearing the brace and the curvature didn't get to a certain point, they was gonna have to explore surgery. Yanni, I want you to comment on this because I swore I heard about a GoFundMe page for this. How they gonna make that girl wait 5 years? You could tell she was in pain right there. And he
Oh
talking
yeah.
some BS about send her by herself. How old is that girl? Is she still a minor? Can she go and sign herself up for a surgery if she's not reached majority? Like, I don't get Cody. He would have never sent robbing kids off by themselves.
Mm-mm.
But that's part of the deprogramming right there. To take off them rose-colored bullshit glasses that Cody always have on them women. And how do you do it? By threatening their children. So yeah, okay. All right, I do remember correctly. They did have a GoFundMe page because Christine was broke and Cody couldn't participate in that thing. So he doesn't have insurance because if he had insurance, they probably would have just had to pay the deductible or something. I don't know. So he doesn't have a job, or at least a job that'll cover all of his kids. And what insurance is going to cover 18 kids? I'm sorry.
That's fair. But is it me that anyone else just wants Christine just to jump on Cody? Just one time. And I'm not advocating for violence most times, but in this case it would be warranted. I'm sorry.
That was just a really petty, cold-blooded scene. I didn't like that at all. Like, it showed all of Cody's true colors. Like, hey, Black Lavender. It was just Cody, like, I don't know him personally, but how he's portrayed on this show, I've never thought much of, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, last night, what little ounce of possible respect I could have had for him for toughing it out with 4 wives when most people don't even stick with one. All of that was gone with how he treated that little girl. Done. Wow. She could go by herself cross country during a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
We get it, Cody. You want to be the one going between the houses. You're the one putting yourself at risk. However, by going between the houses, you're putting everybody else at risk because you're going outside. You're coming into contact with people, whether you choose to believe it or not. It is the early days of the pandemic. You look a whole hot, holy mess. I'm sorry. None of what you're doing is making sense, especially when your wives are still traveling here, there, everywhere. Just give it up and stay at Robin's house and aggravate her till the end of her days.
Right. I think now we can go on to Christine since this is a good segue. I'm liking this Christine.
Mm-hmm.
Come through, Christine. Come through because her baby. I was like, okay, either for me, with Christine was a make or break moment when she stood up for her child. I'm like, thank you, dude. Stop putting other people ahead of your child. I think in the past she would have done that. She would have acquiesced to Cody, but this time she's like, we're not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
My child is in pain.
I saw a comment, I think either Yanni or Susan said it earlier, that he admitted in the episode that it really is only about Robin. And their relationship is different because when they were at the the Coyote Pass on the picnic benches, not their fold-away chairs. And he was going through his whole dramatics and everything. And Janelle was trying to set up her schoolroom. Robin had to tell him, play nice with everybody. Play the game with everybody. None of the other wives have ever spoken to him the way how she speaks to him. I don't even, like, me seeing that, if I was a part of this, if I was a part of this, and I see that interpersonal relationship between them, and I know that we don't have it, there's no way that I would be continuing on in that farce. No flicking way. So the only reason why they stay, quite honestly, is to collect a paycheck.
I can see that. That's completely fair.
And probably at this point is to keep him out of some sort of debtor's prison or something, because I just wonder how the bills are getting paid. They've got the property mortgage. They've got 4 other hefty house mortgages, all over $300,000. 2 of them is realtors. 1 don't do nothing, and the other one is in a pyramid scheme. And we all know Cody don't do nothing at all.
Hey, Montana, welcome. But yeah, it's
yeah, look at this. All right. He says something about he spends a week with Robin, but 2 hours with Christine. How come he was with Christine? I don't know. I don't even know how, or maybe because he pisses Christine off so much, she sends him away before his time is up.
I can see that happening. Just go see Robin.
Okay, science is not my forte, but even I know once a virus is here, it's not going away. Cody's a dimwit. Well, Cody's not the only one who's a dimwit. This whole family, they're dim-witted. Hunter was irritating the snot out of me. Just blatantly saying, I don't care. Be quiet. My nephew is like that. Be quiet. Oh, what's this? Outrageous mean things to each other, but they can't spend 1 month apart. They barely. My thing is, Janelle looked like she was going into like meltdown for not seeing Cody for 6 weeks. Has no one bought her a vibrator? And I don't even think it's about the sex at this point, because I don't see him digging up in Janelle at all. At all. He doesn't have the personality to me, to want me to be around him. He is he's like a ball of nervous energy that's just vomiting emotions everywhere. Why would I want that around me? Why?
That is weird.
I don't understand why they're all so bent out of shape of not seeing Cody for a minute. Janelle, you found a hobby. Go tend to your little shrubberies out in the backyard. Grow your vegetables.
Grow your vegetables.
I
just don't see Cody blowing her back out like that to where she's missing him like that. I just don't see it.
Well, even the one that he does want to have sex with, Robin, I don't see him satisfying her neither, or else her jaw wouldn't be clenched all the time.
Exactly. I just don't see it.
Look at this. Yanni says Hunter has no respect for his dad. Neither does Garrison, the one that had the girlfriend. And who's the one that goes to work in construction? Neither one of the 3 of them boys got any respect for Cody. And they all come from the same house. Janelle.
Is it Garrick and Garrison? Those are names, right?
I don't know. Boy 1, boy 2, boy 3. I don't know. I don't know. They're just really weird. At least the girls are a little bit more respectful with their disdain for their father, but these boys, I don't know.
They just not. They see. I think what it is with boys, they're seeing what's really going on. At the end of the day, they're seeing
Mm-hmm.
what's really how it is. And we get what we've been talking about. They're being living in separate houses, which means you can just say
Mm-hmm.
they're being raised by their mother. Now, no matter who you are, no son's gonna like any man hurting their mother. That's just the truth. I don't care if it is your daddy. You still gonna be mad at him. You still not gonna respect him because
That's true.
all we see is you hurt our mother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true.
So I think that's where the lack of respect comes in.
Well, I don't know. They straight up hate Cody. Okay, so thank you, Black Lavender. So the one I wonder why the only one that comes back is the girl from North Carolina. Um, oh my God, I think she's Janelle's girl. The one that has the little baby that needs the surgery, the little
Mm-hmm.
girl. She's the only one that ever comes back. Like the most of them that got married off, they never came back.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so we're all in agreement that Cody is a rust bucket who disrespects all of his wives and his children.
Mm-hmm.
When those kids can get get away when
Mm-hmm.
they can be gone. Yeah, they've proven it. Only one girl comes back willingly, and it's probably because she needs, an episode paycheck and someone to pay for her airfare to come.
Mm-hmm. Why not?
Does anyone ever hear from his elder son? No, and he never comes home. He's not married. What elder son? Who? Which one is that? Is that one of Janelle or Christine's kids? It's got to be Janelle's kids, right? Seems like
Mm-hmm.
she had the majority of the boys and Christine had like majority of the girls. Maddie, that's her name. Thank you, Josephine. That's another, so that's another Janelle can't go to her daughter help with the surgery because it interfered with Robin. What? That's another thing. Why can't the other wives help her with the surgery? Don't they consider all these kids their own? Like, Mary's
Mm-hmm.
kids or Christine's kids and Christine's kids or Janelle's kids, and don't they think that
They,
they're mothers to
I think,
everybody?
I think they try, but it doesn't come out in the wash that way.
Oh, it is Janelle's oldest boy. Okay. Child, I can't even remember all these kids. 18 kids is a lot to remember.
And 17 between three. See, that's a bit much for me.
Ugh.
Mm-mm. Good job, Mary.
One in college in Vegas. Wait, I remember that one because that was the one kid who said that they were not going to Flagstaff. They had a staff. They were going to school in Vegas. Cody made him pay for his own school or her own school. One of them was pissed because they could not. The parents would not pay for their college. They started working and going to school, and then they announced they were leaving. And that kid was like, "You could go without me. Bye." Child. In Utah at school and has a girlfriend. Have any of these kids decided to be plural?
No, they all said no because remember we did a story about that.
Oh,
A whole article about that. They said no, we cool.
Okay. What wife wouldn't understand that Cody had to go with Janelle for the surgery and Christine for the surgery? What kind of marriage is that? What kind of sisterhood is it? Well, we've determined that they don't have a sisterhood because these wives have never gotten along. Right. Cody doesn't pay for any of their colleges. Like basically when you get to 18, it's just like done. Hunter's a cheeky one. Okay. He said no to lifestyle. Okay. I don't know. I'm just kind of glad it's over. They don't do tell-alls or reunions or anything like that. Please say no.
I don't think so. I've never seen one. I'll put it that way.
Good. Because basically this has been wash, rinse, repeat every episode with the same BS.
Yeah, you're not lying.
Look at this. I thought, well, I drink during this show, but I thought that Cody and Robin were always saying the same thing. Like they wouldn't have to be in the same scene, but she would mimic everything he would say in her confessionals. That is so right. He paid for Mariah's college? Maybe because she was the first one. No, wait, is she the oldest? I don't think she is she? His name is Logan. I need them to cancel this show. Oh my God. Oh, this is so messy. So, okay. What else happened on here?
Nothing.
You think Christine gonna run away in the middle of the night?
Yep. She got U-Haul on speed dial.
What she should do is go pick up them U-Hauls that are parked out on Coyote Pass, dump all of the crap out on the pass and use those, and he'll have to pay for the return fees in Utah.
Exactly. This was just terrible.
The whole season was terrible. They could have replaced this, I'm sorry to say this, with Darcy and Stacey.
Wow. I mean, I'm going to have
pandemic special. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm gonna have to agree with you because at least their shenanigans are entertaining.
Yes,
You can laugh at them.
And you don't know how much it hurts me to say this, but this whole series could have been replaced with even a rerun of Darcy and Stacey meet the next male gigolo. I'm sorry. This was a waste of my paper.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think it would have been a good show to replace this season 15 of this Bull Dookie?
Smothered.
Smothered would have been good.
Yeah, because this was just bad.
Mariah's his third child. Okay, yeah, because Mary had a hard time getting pregnant. Okay. Thank you for reminding me. Right, she's Mary's first and only kid, but she's third in the lineup. Gilligan's Island. Oh my God, yeah, that would have been good if we got to see episodes of Gilligan's Island. Didn't someone from their cast recently? Mary Ann recently died. Rest her soul for those coconut cream pies. Oh, hey, Blobby. Jamal, California is beautiful. Ooh, somebody's traveling. Okay. All right, guys. Is anything else you want to share, Jamal?
No, this was trash.
Okay, in the dumpster, Black Lavender, in the dumpster, and set it on fire, and leave it out on Coyote Pass. They'll clean it up. This was Sister Wives, season 15, episode 10, Polygamy Hell, the 2-hour season finale.
Hold on, real quick. Johnny had a good point.
Amen. Because back then, wasn't it because she was first wife? Do you get more privileges as first wife?
Probably. I would think so.
I'm
sorry. I interrupt your outro, but this is a good question or a good comment.
No, anytime we get any feedback from the live chitty chat, we gotta stop. The new Suster show? What's the new Suster show?
The new sister show, Extreme Sisters. Them
Has it
people.
started yet?
I don't think it started yet.
Oh, because I want to see that. Will you do Prince Philip's funeral? Didn't it already happen? It was lovely, though.
I didn't get a chance to see it. Is it on YouTube?
More than likely, yeah. It was so lovely for its stripped down, basic simplicity. And that way you enjoyed every element to its fullest without being distracted with all the yabos of 800 guests being invited and everybody in their like fancy jewels or whatever. Honestly, I think this should be how you do royal funerals moving forward, with the exception of the reigning monarch. Reigning monarch should get all the pomp and circumstances, and everybody and sundry should come in for that. Everybody else, yeah, bare bones. Keep that converted Range Rover to haul everybody's asses out into the vault. That's my opinion as a member of the Commonwealth. Logan's 26. Oh my God, y'all are having a debate over the ages of all these children.
No. My tam said she meant I was wrong. Mariah's 25, Logan's 26.
Oh, Jamal earlier. Back was Barbie. Christine sold her. What's this about? Susan's comment. What's happening there? I stopped looking.
Christina, backwards Barbie thinks Christina allegedly sold her plot.
You mean her house?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Let's see what else is going on in here. Sorry, I was wrong. Sorry, funeral is sad and boring. So my thing. This one was really nice though. Yanni, I think you would have appreciated it. And my family's part of the Anglican Church, which is the Church of England. So I turned it on for my mom to hear, just to hear the hymns. I liked the stripped down version, because at times, especially, it can get overdone and you lose the meaning when you're distracted by a lot of hoopla. And this was just simplicity at its best. And I think his whole service was like 50 or 55 minutes.
Really?
It was an 8-minute drive, bringing in the body in the hearse, with Prince Charles leading the walking processional afterwards. They had all around the Commonwealth, United Kingdom, a minute of silence when his body was halfway up the steps of the church. Then they brought it in. They did a few hymns. It was 4 guys from the choir and 1 soprano. They had lessons, readings. Like, it was very quick. They had the reading of all of his titles. Then the coffin went down into the vault. Then they led the queen out. The bagpiper, while his coffin was getting lowered into the vault, and that single bagpiper, oh, that was chilling. But there's nothing more lovely than a bagpiper. And then hearing it echo around the chamber of the church. He walked out. Then the buglers played something from being on a ship, because he was a former Navy man. He had the whistles that they do in the Navy.
Who walked out?
The bagpiper.
Thank you.
So,
I'm like, is she talking about Prince Philip walks out? I'm like, yeah, no.
No, Prince Philip's coffin was like lowered into the ground. With the vault is underneath the church, where all the royals are interned. So while the coffin was being lowered, right? a bagpiper started playing. And then the bagpiper turned around and walked away. And then once he got outside and finished playing, trumpeters started playing. And I loved it when, you know, that whistle that they have in the Navy, you know, like it's a signal for like rise and shine or something like, yeah. So he had a bunch of them blow some instructions that he's used to. I loved it. I loved it because it was in, out, wham, bam, get out, go away.
No, I gotta watch it.
It was very good. It was one of the better funerals that I've seen. It's one of the better, like if you compare that, although I love Diana's funeral and I was boohooing like an idiot throughout all of that, there was so much emotion in that you lost little nuances. And there were so many people there. With this one, it was stripped down and you truly got to enjoy the simplicity of what a funeral should be. And it was a great send off to a man who spent the majority of his life in service to his country. Yeah. Yes, Susan, moving and very personal. Yeah. The choir was beautiful. Oh my God. But let me tell you, you felt bad that the Queen had to be alone. That was the perfect PR thing. When she held down her head and all you saw was the brim of her hat and the little bottom part of her face mask, and she was hunched over, the first thing in my head was, my God, she's well and truly alone now. She is the last. She is the last. Like, her sister's gone, her father gone, her mother gone, and now her husband gone. And all she got is her worthless children. Oh, I feel so bad for her. And the one other thing that I saw that was non-Queen that I did appreciate was Charles, and that one single tear that came down his face when he was in the processional walking behind his father's coffin. I thought that was rather sweet and staged.
Oh yeah, he practiced that tear. He practiced that tear for the whole week.
Child, glycerin drops. But I was pissed as usual at Princess Anne looking like who was Julie Andrews and that stupid flying housekeeper that she played, Mary Poppins, looking like damn Mary Poppins following behind her daddy coffin. I was so pissed. Stop recycling clothes from circa 1973 and buy a brand new outfit. You get paid from the privy purse. Buy a new outfit. That was my only thing. Sorry.
You really mad? You really mad, Princess? You really mad?
Take a look at it. She looked like Pippi Longstocking. Not Pippi Longstocking. Mary Poppins.
Oh, you're gonna make me look this up.
Look it up. Am I lying? Does anybody remember Mary Poppins? The Julie Andrews version.
Yeah. You got me up to Google the Princess Anne funeral attire. Well, I mean, she was
Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins.
Tasteful. She was in her black. She had her hair with a little veil. It's black and white. It's very simple. She was dressed appropriate.
Thank you, Heidi. Heidi agrees with me.
Some of the people say she looked divine.
You know that the BBC has to be shady. You know the BBC has to be shady. I would have turned the camera on him too. He couldn't even hold up his head. He was sitting there hunched over like he's getting ready to vomit. He knows that he been dead wrong. He need to go back home.
And of course, Kate killed it. She ain't playing with the people.
And Kate was in recycled regalia. She was in recycled regalia. Hello, Princess Anne. I ain't tell you got to dress that young. But I would say try to recycle within the current decade.
Mm-hmm.
Don't recycle. And she'd be real proud of re-wearing crap that she wore back from the 70s. We get it. You buy good clothes. You got mothballs. They hold up. But sometimes you just got to figure out where the local Goodwill is and just, give them away.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Kate came through. I saw a photo of Kate. Kate just come through killing it. Yes, she says recycle, but she recycles well.
They had no choice but to let Andrew out. But he still had to get his knuckles slapped. Could you believe it's him who caused all of them not to be in their military uniforms? Because he wanted to show up in a whole admiral's outfit. He's not even admiral. He is a vice admiral.
Ooh,
so stupid.
Not the vice admiral. Ooh.
Well, he was supposed to get promoted to admiral. But he had that little thing with Jeffrey Epstein and that disastrous interview. So then he had to be removed as a working royal because he don't know how to keep his willy in his pants. And he never has, because he was the one who introduced his porn star girlfriend to the queen, Koo Stark. Yeah, I remember that. He always been loose. Sorry.
So what you was trying to say? He's trying to stunt at the funeral? Is that what you really trying to say?
He was demanding to wear a uniform that he was not entitled to wear.
So he's pulling stunts and shows. Got it.
Correct. And then because Harry had confirmed he was coming back and he was stripped of all his honorary titles, technically, I don't think he could wear a uniform. So you had those two problems. So the queen stepped in and said, nobody's wearing a uniform, but you can wear your medals that you have earned. And right now, Andrew and Harry are the only ones in the royal family that have seen battle besides the person that they buried.
Got it.
And no, he did go. He fought in the Falkland War. He was in the Navy. I believe he was a helicopter pilot back then. He fought in the Falkland War, so he did go to war for the United Kingdom. He did. And Harry went to Afghanistan twice. I know at least once. So they do have that distinction. That would have set the military off. And yes, Harry was stripped of his honorary titles, but he retired from active duty in the military. But when he became a working royal, he got honorary titles to be like captain of this guard or brigadier of this regiment or whatever. Because like even Kate has them. But once he stepped back, if you aren't working, then you can't hold these honorary titles for these regiments. So that's what he was stripped of. But his actual military service, he can't be stripped of that because he retired and he earned that. I'll give Jack his jacket with regards to Harry and his military service. I am just rambling on too much for this. And you're tired of me, Jamal. I can see it.
This is entertaining. Now I have to watch it so we can probably do a show on it now. Because it's all very interesting.
Interested? That's why I didn't bring it up. I didn't think anybody would be interested.
It's more the nuances behind it. More than it's about funeral. It's like if we covered the Grammys. We really don't care about the people. We care about what they were wearing, who was dressed in some crap, who shouldn't have won, who won. Stuff like that. It's the nuances around it. It's not the actual event.
I didn't think anybody else would be interested in it. Oh, okay.
I mean,
well,
if I know people
want to do something on it,
if other people watch it, I watch it, and I'll go along with it. I don't care.
It was a lovely service. I'm not even religious anymore. It was a lovely service. I'll give them that.
Okay, I'll watch it, and we'll figure out a day to throw it in.
I'll be there. All right. So with that being said, until next time.
Next time being about 15 minutes.
Yes. So we'll see everybody back here in 15 minutes, and you'll see our special guest panelist, Heidi from the Heidi Black Show here on YouTube. So come back and join us. I should have more alcohol by then. Yeah.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.